Hello everybody, it's Uncle Matt, and I'm here to reading the Berenstain Bears Big Bedtime book. And this story is called Goldibear and the Three People. And it's read by no other than Mrs. Grizzle, Sister and Brother Bear and Honey Bear's babysitter. So, sit back, relax. I'm going to read the stories that Mrs. Grizzle read to Brother and Sister Bear. Enjoy. Goldibear and the Three Little People. Long, long ago, she began, in a land far away, there was a little cub named Goldibear. Goldibear, said Sister, that's a funny kind of name. She was called Goldibear, explained Mrs. Grizzle, because her fur was such a bright golden brown. My fur looks sort of golden in the sunshine, said Sister, peeking at herself in the mirror near the bed. Brother rolled his eyes. Now, Goldibear lived in a cottage in the forest. Mrs. Grizzle went on. She was a curious little cub and liked to explore, but her mother was worried about her. Goldibear, she said one morning, it's all very well for you to go exploring in the forest, but you must never wander beyond the forest borders. Why not? Asked Goldibear. Because beyond the forest is a land where terrible creatures dwell. What kind of creatures? Asked Goldibear. They are called people, said her mother. Why are they so terrible? Said Goldibear. I don't know, said her mother. I've never seen them, but they are terrible just the same. With that, her mother left the cottage and went off to the honey store because they were getting low on wild berry honey. While her mother was out, Goldibear decided to go exploring. She skipped down the front steps of the cottage and out into the deep forest. She picked wildflowers, she chased butterflies, she played peekaboo with a woodpecker, and she ate some ripe blackberries. And before too long, she came to the edge of the forest. She peeked out and saw a pretty little house with a white picket fence nearby. It had roses around the door and a welcome mat on the front step. It looked so neat and tidy and inviting that her mother, who warned her about going beyond the borders of the forest, never entered her head. Goldibear skipped right up to the front path, hopped up the front steps, and knocked on the door. There was no answer. I'm sure the bears who live here won't mind if I take a look around their cute little house, thought Goldibear. Bold as you please, she opened the door and walked right in. But she did not realize that she was in the home of those terrible creatures, the Three People. Oh no, said Sister, shivering. She had heard weird stories about people when she was at summer camp, and they used to sit around the campfire trying to scare one another all night. Said Brother skeptically, folding his arms. I don't believe in people. He had heard the stories too, but he wasn't scared much. Now, Goldibear noticed 3 bowls of cream of wheat on the table. Mrs. Grizzle went on. A great big one, a middle-sized one, and a wee baby one. She tasted the cream of wheat in the big bowl. Ouch! It was too hot. She tasted the cream of wheat in the medium-sized bowl. Oh, it was too cold. Then she tasted the cream of wheat in the wee baby bowl. Yum! It was just right. You know, interrupted Brother, I've always wondered why that wee baby bowl wasn't colder than the middle-sized bowl. Wouldn't the smallest bowl cool off faster? And Sister groaned. Now, Brother Bear, said Mrs. Grizzle, don't go all nerdy on us. Me? Nerdy? Protested Brother, shocked. Never mind, said Mrs. Grizzle. Next, Goldibear tried sitting in the 3 people's chairs. Umph! The big one was too hard. Squish! The medium-sized one was too soft. The wee baby one was just right. But suddenly, you know what's coming next? Crash! Said brother and sister. It broke all into pieces. Then Goldibear went upstairs to try the beds. First she tried Papa People's bed. Yuck, it was too scratchy. Then she tried Mama People's bed. It was too lumpy. And then she tried Little Baby People's bed. It was just right. She climbed into bed, pulled the covers over her head, and went to sleep. How dumb can you get, said brother, breaking into the three people's house, eating their food, breaking their furniture, and then taking a nap in their beds. Yeah, said sister. I mean, it's just asking for trouble. Do you guys want to hear this story or not? Asked Mrs. Grizzle. Tell it, said brother and sister. When Goldibear was sleeping, the three people came home. The three people looked at their bowls of cream of wheat. Somebody's been tasting my cream of wheat, roared the people person, or Papa People, in a great big voice. Somebody's been tasting my cream of wheat, said Mama People in a medium-sized voice. Someone's been tasting my cream of wheat, cried Baby People in a wee little voice. And ate it all up, cried brother and sister in a wee little voice. The three people looked at their chairs. Whew! Someone's been sitting in my chair, Papa People roared. Somebody's been sitting in my chair, said Mama People. And somebody's been sitting in my chair, wailed wee little baby people, and broke it all to pieces, wailed brother and sister. Then the three people went upstairs to look around. Papa People roared again, somebody's been lying in my bed. And Mama People said, somebody's lying in my bed. Someone's been lying in my bed, shouted Baby People, and here she is, shouted Brother and Sister Bear. All that roaring and shouting woke up Goldibear. She tossed the covers off and sat up in bed. Goldibear and the three people stared at one another. It's a bear! The three people all shouted together. The three people ran down the stairs, out the door, down the front path, and all the way to the police station where they reported a bear invasion. Meanwhile, Goldilocks stretched, climbed out of bed, and went and made her way out of the hall and back to the forest where she belonged. I think people are scary, said Sister as Mrs. Grizzle kissed them good night. Yeah, said Brother, they're weird. Don't worry, said Mrs. Grizzle. None of them live around here. And she turned off the lights. And that's all the time we have for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.